I am George. This is John Hambone McGuire.
Hi, guys.
And this is Mai Tai TV, episode 1. And
Cheers.
Today we will be discussing a variety of topics, including how to make an authentic Trader Vic's Mai Tai. We will also be discussing
The WWE Royal Rumble, which is happening live this weekend.
we are huge WWE fans. Huge.
Total marks.
Huge.
We are going to mark out so hard for you tonight.
So we want we want you to know what we think, because you really care what we think. We'll also be discussing the Guns N' Roses reunion, because who doesn't love Guns N' Roses?
My mom.
My grandma. She's dead. And we will also, what do we got back there?
What do we have back here? We have the brandy new Funko Smuggler's Bounty Box, which we are totally going to unbox for you tonight.
We will unbox this!
We are going to unbox the hell out of this
We
box.
are going to unbox the hell out of the thing. I just realized I'm like actually sweating.
You are sweating.
I'm sweating, which is horrible. It's our first episode. I'm sweating. I'm not nervous. I literally ran all around the house to get ready for this because I want it to be as enjoyable for us as it is for you.
I think they love it.
So anyway, first thing we're going to do is make you a Mai Tai.
Awesome.
Make me a Mai Tai. We already have one for John. Show off this beautiful Mai Tai.
It's the perfect Mai Tai. I wish you could all be here to taste it.
So we're calling this Mai Tai TV because the Mai Tai is the single greatest cocktail ever invented. It has so many tastes and its composition is so incredible. I don't know how to talk like a wine snob. You're a former bartender. Describe it.
Well, I came up in the tiki world, first at the Lee's Hawaiian Islander in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. We used to have a lot of fun there. We'll just leave it at that. So I'm used to the Mai Tai. I'm also used to other drinks like the Zombie. They've never quite tasted like this, as fresh and as good as they are when George makes them.
So also, my first Mai Tai was at Chan's Dragon in Ridgefield, New Jersey, which is one of the worst, well, it's not worst, it's one of the best. I mean, it's an authentic tiki bar from the 1950s, 1960s, but it's also a trucker depot. And the people that are at that bar are largely truckers and, women looking for a good night with truckers.
Lot lizards.
Yeah.
That's the actual term.
Women
Google it.
of the night. And so when I started, their Mai Tai is just like rum with pineapple juice. But one key thing that I've learned in life is that a Mai Tai should never be pink. That's the best advice I can tell somebody. Is
really?
If someone gives you a pink Mai Tai, that place at the Woolworth Mall, I forgot what it's called, but it's a Caribbean type place. They give you a pink Mai Tai and you send it back.
Bahama Breeze.
Bahama Breeze. I don't know is that what it's called? Bahama Breeze.
Breeze.
Well, anyway, they make pink Mai Tais, and there's nothing worse thing in this world than pink Mai Tai. It should be a nice golden brown. And that's because this is how we're going to get this over with quick. We want to get drunk. We want to talk about the Royal Rumble and Guns N' Roses. So, a Mai Tai. Take your jigger, and you use some Myers dark rum. You can use any type of dark rum. I mean, we have pussers. We have all types of stuff here. I just didn't want to experiment tonight. This is the one I know. The smell is just intoxicating on its own.
Yeah, it is.
It's one of the most incredible smells you will ever have. So it's 1 ounce of this. I'm going to try not to shake now because, I get a little nervous around Hambone sometimes.
Yeah, I've seen him go into a full Ultimate Wire fit. Oops.
And this goes in here, which is all the way over here. Let's move this closer to George. And then we take some Martinique Clement. This is a golden rum, and this is also just one of the most amazing smelling rums. I can literally just smell rum all day. I don't even need to drink it. I just love to smell it. And it's an ounce of this. Boom. You can be my closer.
I will be your closer. Always be closing.
And then I already have an ounce of fresh lime juice. Squeeze myself with my big Greek arms. Take that. Literally, we broke our lime squeezer yesterday, and it's been horrible not be able to make fresh squeezed limes with a lime squeezer because it's the greatest invention ever. Then there's orange curacao. Orange curacao also smells amazingly great. However, the country sucks. So if you're from Curacao, I apologize. Your country is an oil refinery for Venezuela, and one of the worst trips I've ever taken. And this is a ½ ounce of orange curacao. There you go. You stop for that. So we're going to give a quick plug right now to Beach Bum Berry. His new bar, Latitude 29 in New Orleans, is one of the best tiki bars in New Orleans, where there's also another amazing tiki bar called Tiki Tolteca. But Latitude 29, Beach Bum Berry has traveled the world trying to find the authentic recipes, and this is per him per Trader Vic's original bartenders. Well, there's a syrup in it called orange, in the original Trader Vic's Mai Tai, called orange corrugate or orange orgeat, no, almond orgeat.
Orgeat.
And you can't find almond orgeat like anywhere. So he's made his own, and it's not a syrup like you would find in this isn't like a mix or something. This is just a true almond syrup, and this stuff is gooey, and this stuff is thick, and this stuff is amazing. That's a half ounce of that. This is like $15 over. I think I got it from like Amazon.com. We kept that, and finally a little simple syrup. Sweeten this up a little bit because it is pretty tart, thanks to the full ounce of lime. And we put a quarter ounce of this in here. Simple syrup. You can make this yourself. I'm lazy. I buy it. I freeze it. You can't go wrong with simple syrup.
No, you can't. There's nothing like it.
Finally, get some crushed ice. I crushed this ice with my hands, too. It was like the most amazing thing ever. So we're going to try to make a cocktail for you every single week. I don't know where that ice went. We'll throw that over here. Yeah, it's a garage door. And we're going to try and make one right before our show every week and teach you how to make your own drink. We will also have this on our website when we post the show and on YouTube. So you could find out how to make your own awesome Trader Vic's Mai Tai. Let's get rid of the ice. Make the ice go away. Yeah, I'm done. Thank you. I just learned how to do this. I've never known how to properly stir with the glass and not have it get stuck. You do it for about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 10.
That felt like 10.
Crack this bad boy open and pour it out. And I now have an amazing Trader Vic's Mai Tai. I'm going to let Hambone set up the Royal Rumble while I go get myself a straw and umbrella. Because you cannot have a Mai Tai without a straw and umbrella.
I would have to agree with you. So just for the record, I've had Mai Tais before that were pink and red, and this is the best that I've ever had. This is the color that it's supposed to be, and if it's not like this, send it back. So this weekend is the Royal Rumble. Unlike any Royal Rumble before, it is going to be one versus all, where Roman Reigns is going to take on pretty much whoever's hanging out in the locker room for the WWE title. The only way he gets to retain the title is to beat 29 other contestants. Now, we do have some predictions for you tonight as to who we think is going to be in the Rumble. Some of our predictions for who's going to go over in their matches. We also have a Divas Championship match between Becky Lynch and Charlotte. An Intercontinental Last Man Standing, which could go either way, hokey, not hokey, between Dean Ambrose and one of our favorites, Kevin Owens. We've got the Tag Team Championships on the line as well with the New Days and the Usos. And some other fun surprises I think that might be in store. We're going to get to our predictions in just a second. First, George has to taste his Mai Tai.
I just want to say the Tiki umbrella, the Hawaiian umbrella, is one of the greatest inventions ever. Whoever invented it, I'm sure it's like the Chinese. And you guys can correct me if we're wrong. But this in here is what makes this drink perfection.
Cheers, buddy.
To the Royal Rumble, to the Guns N' Roses reunion, to the first episode of Mai Tai TV. First of many, hopefully. We are getting comments on Periscope. Would you like to see what... Has anyone saying anything amazing?
They hope that we don't bet too much on wrestling. From a number, not a name. Interesting.
Oh my god, this is so good.
You don't gamble on wrestling. There's lots of things you can gamble on. You can gamble on highlight. You don't gamble on wrestling.
It's fixed. We know wrestling is fixed. But we also... Look, wrestling is great because wrestling fills up... Like, dude, they sell out stadiums every week with, like, 10,000 people, 80,000 people. I don't know, whatever it is. WrestleMania is really 100,000 people.
100,000.
That all know it's fixed. The art is the fact that they truly know it's fixed and they still enjoy it, which is why we are.
Oh, we should have said spoilers first. Someone just commented, no, wrestling is not fixed. We're so sorry about that.
Someone before that said it's fixed.
Yeah, but then someone came back and said, it's not fixed.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. Santa Claus is also not real.
Easter Bunny?
Sorry. Krampus real. Krampus is real.
Krampus really real.
Anyhow, so
Right.
let's stop for a second and talk a little bit about this show, because I got in a rush to make the Mai Tai that I forgot to really tell you what Mai Tai TV is really about. This show is this is a pilot episode, and after this we're going to see how well this does. If people like this, we might continue doing it. And it's basically for weirdos like us that just love pop culture and want to talk about it. It could be about wrestling. be about toys. It could be about video games.
Comic books.
Music. We're huge aging punk rockers in our late 30s.
Have the grace to prove it.
Who have the grace to prove it. and we still love what we loved in 1995, and we're still proud to talk about it, including wrestling and Guns N' Roses, who are probably dead by 95. But so this is basically a free-form show. We called it Mai Tai TV because we love Mai Tais. Each week we're going to try to make a cocktail for you. John's actually a former bartender, so he probably can do a lot better than I can, but I will also try to dig up these crazy tiki recipes in our tiki bar. This is the Headhunter Lounge in Bloomfield, New Jersey, which anybody who ever wants to come visit, go right ahead. Just shoot me a PM.
And no, Mike, we cannot strip and wrestle for you.
No, we cannot strip and wrestle for you, unless we have a few more Mai Tais. And we might have some special guests down the line. We also might have some live musical acts. Either way, we want you to have fun. We're going to try to keep this about a half hour, even though that's probably never going to happen. And then we're going to stop. Then we're going to go upstairs. We're going to watch Total Divas, because that's what you do as 38-year-old men. But right now, we're going to give our Royal Rumble predictions. And so you've already set up what this Royal Rumble is going to be about. I think we really need to talk about the horrible card the WWE has been dealt this year.
It's been a tough one for the WWE. Pretty much all of their heavy hitters and their second stringers have gotten injured.
Decimated.
Just.
Their world heavyweight champion broke his knee every which way you could possibly break your knee.
It was ugly.
It was horrible.
Well, he broke his knee. Randy Orton had to do his shoulder.
Cesaro's down.
Tyson Kidd, who was a promising star, went down in a very horrible accident early in the year. He was the first, and then there was months when it seemed like no one was getting injured. Wade Barrett was injured, and he's still kind of injured.
Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryan's injured. Paige is injured. John Cena's injured. That's just off the top of my head.
Yeah. I mean, and there's like a million more undercarders.
Sin Cara.
So they're basically Sin Cara. They're basically left with their C-level wrestlers and a guy that they pretty much thrust into the heavyweight championship about a week ago. The gimmick this year is usually the World Heavyweight Champion. The belt is basically whoever wins the Royal Rumble goes on to fight the champion at WrestleMania. But since they have no contenders this year, they put the belt up for grabs at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So let's talk about the Rumble first. Let's talk about who we think some of the surprise entrants are going to be.
I mean, I think the obvious is Samoa Joe. I think it makes complete sense that Samoa Joe is in because he's already got a Raw contract. He's making bigger money. He doesn't need the NXT belt. All the other NXT guys kind of are still, I think they're still working their way up.
Right. I would agree with that because I think that they need another badass to take on Roman Reigns that's not Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
What do we think a C-level wrestler is? I think you mean Ham and Eggers G.
Ham and Eggers. I've heard that term, but I'm not quite sure what it means. So I apologize. I don't know what Ham and Eggers. Look, the C-level guy is the what do you call it? That group that's just recently formed. The
League of Nations?
No, that's a different story. Those are B-listers that are kind of stuck. That other group that's formed, that's like
the Social Outcasts.
The Social Outcasts.
Yeah.
And we're a fan of because we too are social outcasts. But like, look, it's not. There's no A game people. I mean, Seth Rollins is A game. Like everyone else is kind of. The thing is, they're not B-list wrestlers. They just have not been put in the position where they are a legitimate contender for the World Heavyweight belt.
They haven't been given a push. And if they have, it was a push, and then they just pulled it back immediately. So, Samoa Joe, I think, would be good. I would say, initially this morning, I had a thought it was Stephen Amell. They'd probably throw Stephen Amell out there. But he's actually going to be in Jersey this weekend at the New Jersey Heroes and Villain Fest in the Meadowlands. Sea Caucus, signing autographs. So he will not be in the Royal Rumble. So that just shot my prediction right out. What else? Who do you think?
Look, as far as surprises, I won't lie. I haven't really thought about surprises. I'm more concerned about who's actually going to win the belt.
Okay.
Like, that's bothering me to the point where I can't sleep at night. Like, I think Roman Reigns should not be winning the belt for the second year in a row. And I'm thinking of who could win it. And the only other options are really Kevin Owens, who I don't think he's going to.
No, because he's actually wrestling later that night.
Yeah. Bray Wyatt, who they've been setting him up well, but not well enough.
Georgie Backpack's in the house. Hi, Georgie Backpack.
And we call it the obvious other ones are Triple H, who could come back to gain the honor back for his family, who's been like tormented. Well, have they been tormented enough? And where the hell has he been for a month?
Well, what do you think would sell more tickets for WrestleMania? Lesnar versus Reigns or Triple H versus Reigns?
Triple H versus Reigns is new, at least. Brock Lesnar versus Reigns happened last year. Again, it's like, do you want Reigns to win the Rumble again?
I agree with you, Ken. Neither. You're right.
Do you want Brock Lesnar and Reigns again at WrestleMania? But what other options are? Look, we can't really talk about WrestleMania again. We don't want to talk too much about wrestling. So we'll say that for now. But as far as Royal Rumble, like, I think they pretty much set themselves up. And this week's Raw was god awful. So they've set themselves up where
it's coming off it.
They've set themselves up where they really have no option right now but to give Roman Reigns the belt again. And it's like, then what's the chase? What's the excitement? What are you looking forward to?
See, my thought is that they're going to take it from him.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take it from the very last second at the Rumble. Take it from the very last second at the Rumble and set something up for WrestleMania where he's got to work his way towards getting it back. Because if he lasts to the end of the Rumble, he still looks strong. He still looks like a badass Samoan who's just beating people up. And that actually would just really set him on the course to really raise some hell. So I think that that's going to be the most likely option. I don't know who's going to be the one to take the belt off him.
It would be amazing if Daniel Bryan just walked in and won everything. But the fact is that...
Well, that's what I was getting at with the who do you think is going to show up? I think that they've been just false flagging us for months. Like, why won't they clear me? Clear me now. That he's going to be like the 28th entrant, and then people are going to lose their shit.
But why would they have held him back this long? I would have brought him in when you lost Seth Rollins. I would have brought him in like weeks ago. Like, why wait? Like, they're not smart enough to like be, we'll wait till the Royal Rumble.
Well, because it's more of an impact to have him come and running in. Like, who's going to be there? And it's like, okay, Papa Shango again. Oh, Tatanka's back. Great. Then all of a sudden they count down, and then you hear the Hummingbird song that he's got, and everyone just loses their shit. They're losing their shit. Facebook goes down that night. Brian comes back.
The Boogeyman is going to be in it, right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Look, that's where we feel about the Royal Rumble. I mean, other matches, Ambrose versus Kevin Owens is going to be awesome. I don't really care who wins. I think it's going to be a great match.
Yeah, it's just going to be it's going to cancel each other out. Who do you think with Charlotte or Becky Lynch?
First of all, I would like to say that's the only program that I'm truly enjoying right now.
Right.
I love Becky Lynch has come into her own. She got dealt a bad hand where she's like somehow like they screwed up and she's the only baby face in the company and she's not over.
No.
But in the last couple weeks she's done these amazing promos. Truly fascinating like dialogue. She's fun, she's spunky, she's punk rock, she's cool, she has a great intro, and she's proven. And this week where she basically made Ric Flair heel out on his daughter and like screw her. It was one of the best. Like that's great writing.
That's great
writing.
And that was the only great thing about Raw this week.
That said, I think Charlotte's going to keep the belt because I don't know. I don't see a reason to put it on Becky Lynch.
Right.
It's not really. It doesn't really. I'd love to. But Becky Lynch has been winning a lot lately, so I think it's okay.
Yeah.
So
It's win on Raw, lose during the pay-per-view.
So talk to me about Kalisto versus Del Rio. 4, 5,
9. This is technically the rubber match. This is Kalisto and Del Rio going for it again. Del Rio had the title. Kalisto took it from. Del Rio took it back with the help of Wade Barrett, and now they are fighting for it again. What I don't understand is I think a lot of the guys who are actually going to be in the Rumble have matches later that night. So
I know, and I always hate pay-per-view Royal Rumbles where the people who wrestle earlier in the night are also in the Rumble. That means you don't have enough guys.
Yeah, they're tight. But there's only so many guys they could bring up from developmental that's not going to screw up NXT. So I think it's going to be a great pay-per-view. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it. I think it's definitely going to be very surprising who comes down that ramp. I mean, hey, you've got all 4 social outcasts that they're out there. They're not doing anything for the rest of the night, so good things.
And I just want to put it out to public. I think it was a disgrace that they had Kalisto win last Monday, one of the best matches on Raw in ages.
Absolutely.
And then have him drop the title like the next night on SmackDown. Someone mentioned the Bullet Club. I don't think the Bullet Club is showing up on anything in the near future. Like I don't think their contracts are even finished up yet in wherever they're at.
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty much done where they're at. I think it's going to be an NXT thing first. I think it's going to be in support of Finn Balor to really boost up the other brand because I mean, we really look at what's happening with NXT. They're not just developmental anymore. They're selling out everywhere they go. I mean, people are chomping at the bit for it, and it really is the better program. It really is the more consistent program every week, and I think that has a lot to do with that. It's only a short program.
And we will be at NXT at the at the Paramount or Convention Hall or whatever it's called in Asbury Park in late February. So if you want to find us, we will be there. We will be signing autographs.
Absolutely.
And I guess, is there any matches we're missing? Isn't there like another... Who else
Well,
has
we have a tag team match with the New Day and the Usos.
Well, the New Day should win.
New Day should win. I'm just hoping that they don't do something screwy earlier in the night, or, you know, they always kind of change it up when they put the Rumble during the actual Royal Rumble. So I'm just hoping they don't do anything screwy and split up the New Day, because that would be
I don't think they're that dumb.
the dumbest thing
I don't think they're that dumb.
they could possibly do.
I just don't want to see any more Rudy Tooty. Fresh and Fruity Booty.
Yeah.
And is there a heavyweight? No, because the title is the Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble.
So I think that's it. So that's our predictions for the Royal Rumble. And I think now is a great time to unbox this, this box. Let's see if we can move some alcohol out of the way. So, Smuggler's Box. Anybody who collects the Marvel Comics Collector's Core, every other month, they have a Marvel-themed box.
I just want to also point out that every kind of box that George collects, he always somehow gets before anybody else. I don't know if you got a hookup at the factory or something.
I get them first, and I also get.
You get like 3 days.
And I always get the rare one. And I always get the rare one too.
And he always gets the rare ones. So with the Smuggler's Bounty box, the first one they did 4 different T-shirts. So each box has a different T-shirt. They had 2 different pop figures, and they're going to be 2 different pop figures every time they do one of these boxes. They are both exclusive to the Smuggler's Bounty box. Some of them are even more rare. So last time it was a Chrome Captain Phasma and a TIE Fighter pilot from the First Order. One had the orange stripes, which was the ultra rare one, and the other one was just the pilot. So let's open up the box like this.
Well, you're in a better spot to open, so I think you're doing the unveiling. This is my box, but you can do it. So yeah, there's a Marvel Collector's Core, which I love, and that has some T-shirts. Last time there was Christmas ornaments. Adults loved it because there was Christmas ornaments, like me and Hambone, but kids, the hate for that box.
I will say this, though. The last Marvel Core box was great. It had a Star-Lord mug in it. And everything's based around the Funko Pop design. I mean, this is Funko's design. They've got a great deal going with Marvel and Disney. And it's... I mean, I happen to love the Funko, so I'm a fan of everything that they do. So that's one had a scarf in it, which I wear. A mug, which I used this morning. Christmas ornaments for my next tray. So this box...
And just so you know, we are not sponsored by Funko, but we would like to be. We would love to be sponsored by Funko.
So this is the... Alliance box. What was it?
There was a theme this month?
Every month is a theme. The first one was the First Order. This one is the good guys. I can't even think of the word right now. Mai Tai. So it has a BB-8 on the box. We're going to open it right up. So with every box that you get a sweet patch, and this is a pretty sweet patch. It's a BB-8 patch. For those playing along at home.
I would wear it.
I'm absolutely going to wear that. They always come with these metal pins, which I think are really great.
I like metal pins. I just would never wear one. I just don't wear
this
pins.
Is a...
They're like Disney pins. If you've ever had Disney, like collector, you know, when you go to Disney.
Pilot. I'm waiting for someone to correct me and tell me what it is, but it happened.
That might be a... I think it's a TIE Fighter pilot.
No, that's an X-Wing fighter pilot. This is pretty awesome. It is a Force Awakens shirt done with all pop figures. So this is pretty cool right here. You've got everyone. You've got Chewbacca. You've got Rey. If you haven't seen The Force Awakens yet...
Sorry.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Oh my god, it's so good!
There's so many boxes in there!
No, you guys have no idea. So, I got the Loot Crate recently, and it was space, and they had a Han Solo from The Force Awakens, and he had his little poncho in. This month's pop figure is Chewbacca. But it's a fuzzy Chewbacca! It's fuzzy!
It's flocked!
Oh my god, it's flocked! This is so good!
Allison, we have a flocked Chewbacca!
Oh my god, I can never open it, but I want to pet it so bad. I love Chewbacca so much.
It's flocked!
So this one does not have another pop figure, but it's got an awesome C-3PO ceramic mug. I can't wait to get mine. I can't believe you get yours 3 days in advance. This box, these boxes go $25. If you subscribe for the year, you do get a good discount on it. So I've been going month to month. I should have gotten the year because holy crap, so much value in this box right here.
Next episode, we're actually going to unbox a Loot Crate and have a serious conversation about Loot Crate, the slave state. I've been a Loot Crate member for a year, and I think that would be a good discussion for the next episode.
I wholeheartedly agree. Oh my god, what a good box.
Yeah. While we're waiting to repack this and have a Mai Tai and any questions that anybody might have, we are definitely open to conversations. Let me see. Is anybody? I wish you could like go back through this and see what people have asked you.
I've been catching most of them. Couple got
We
by.
apologize. We will try to get back to these afterwards. But we do appreciate the single digits and single digits of people who are watching this. We will put this on YouTube afterwards. We're actually doing double camera recording right now. I want to see what it's like with real microphones. Next time we're actually going to try to mic ourselves up.
I think
Hopefully,
the squealing will be much louder when I open those boxes.
how's the sound? The sound good? If the sound's good, please let us know if the sound's not good. This is actually being done by a Samsung S6, one of my favorite phones right now, and a great Periscope recorder. So, a couple weeks ago, I mean, the rumors started around Christmas time. It was Guns N' Roses was reuniting. And we got all good. We got all good from Ken. So thank you very much, Ken. We're all good. Word got out that I think it was a few weeks beforehand. We found out Slash had become friends again with Axl Rose. It had been taught the lines of communication had been open.
Right.
This was a reunion we never thought would happen. We thought Glenn Danzig would reunite with the Misfits before this happened.
He almost did.
He almost did, but then they didn't want to follow the word of Jesus Christ, our Lord, and chose not to go that route. But we did not think that the Guns N' Roses thing would ever happen.
Yeah, never.
And Guns N' Roses, in all honesty, Guns N' Roses is still selling out, or like decent-sized places. I mean, they're not. It's not like the Misfits that can barely sell out like dingbats. Like
Wow.
Guns N' Roses is still doing decently, regardless of the fact that Axl Rose can't sing too well, supposedly, and the band is a bunch of ringers and Dizzy Reed. So, look, I saw. What do we have? Town is clear. I can hear your heat or something mechanical very low. I actually don't. Oh, you know what you hear?
Oh, there.
They hear the You're hearing the light. We have some lighting rig in here and the fan from the light. We apologize. We hope that we'll try to fix that next time. But the supplemental lighting makes us look so good. I mean, look at this face. So we were not expecting this. We didn't really know if we wanted this. And then all of a sudden starts rumbling. They're like contracts are floating around. $22 million, 2 days Coachella. And then they cancel Axl Rose's interview on Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah. You think by now with all the drugs he would have done, he would have found something to level him out, so you'd be able to get out on stage and
From what I've heard from
talk
multiple
about it.
sources, Axl Rose never really did drugs.
Really?
Yeah, I hear while everybody out there was shooting heroin, he was like in his room OCDing out and just like crawling a ball and not really indulging. I heard his OCD was too insane to be like a full-on like heroin addict like the rest of them. Look, he probably did his thing.
Yeah.
But it was not to the level. That's what I've read in most of the books. But we found out this is actually legit. They're doing Coachella. Eddie Trump this week said that they're probably going to do some pre-dates in Las Vegas. It's going... Now, the one thing I got to clarify is this is not a Guns N' Roses reunion.
Wow.
No. This is Slash reuniting with Guns N' Roses. This is Axl Rose,
Right.
Fortis,
Duff.
who has been in the band for about 2 years now because he filled
He filled in. Tommy Stinson was
never
there.
came back.
After the replacements, he never went
He
back?
never went back.
I don't blame
He
him.
never came back. And so it's pretty much, I don't think they really had a real tour afterwards, but like he never really came back.
They didn't tour afterwards. The thing was that they were supposed to, Guns N' Roses was supposed to do a residency at a Las Vegas hotel. It's kind of like Celine Dion, except,
Yeah. And
louder.
And so, but Duff McKagan has mostly been in the band. So then he's just staying in the band. The rest of the band, I'm blanking all their names right now, are still going to be in the band,
Right.
minus the lead guitar player.
No Buckethead.
No, well, he hasn't been in the band in ages. It's just a quick tangent, because this is going to be a half-hour show. Me and Senor Goldfarb went and saw Guns N' Roses at Madison Square Garden about 10 years ago.
No shit.
With Buckethead. And it was a great show. And I thought Axl Rose's voice was on.
Right.
He did. So the thing is, we had like kind of obstructed view side of stage tickets. And we could see the wall of teleprompters.
Oh, yeah.
On the stage. Now, I can't make fun of that too bad, because I recently saw Dinosaur Jr. They were using like lyric sheets, and REM I know uses lyric sheets. I can't give them too much. It's just, but the wall of teleprompters, like everywhere. Ozzy Osbourne, I think, also uses them. But I thought his voice was on. I mean, he's much like Bruce Dickinson and other people. He's taken it down an octave. I just think when they record him, wherever they record him, they just pull too much of the vocals out, and he just sounds like garbage.
Yeah, that's kind of... I feel like that's how it is.
So when's the last time you saw Guns N' Roses?
I've never gotten to see them live.
Never.
Well, growing up, I made the joke before that my mom hated Guns N' Roses. She did not want me to listen to anything that had like a parental advisory sticker on it.
Yep.
So of course it was challenge accepted. I mean, the black market that was junior high school, like if you had a couple bucks and a blank cassette, you can kind of get whatever tape you want. So I had everything. I mean, I had everything. I grew up listening to Appetite for Destruction. I will still go on record and say it is probably one of the top 10 best records of all time. Even with Rocket Queen, where you think craps out halfway through.
Look, I released a top 10 list a couple days ago. I mean, I did it because I wanted to troll people.
Oh, you trolled so hard. You came up front of the bridge. You're like, here I am.
But the fact is, "Don't Damn Me" is my favorite Guns N' Roses song of all time.
Song.
Like,
Great
that
song.
is like one of the best punk rock inspired, like full-blown, high-octane, 4 minutes. Like, it, and they've never done it live. And it's just such a good, I think Axl wrote it. The rest of the song, look, Paradise City and Sweet Child of Mine and Welcome to Jungle are great songs. I'm tired of them.
I could never hear. If I never heard "Welcome to the Jungle" ever again,
I'd be
okay.
perfectly fine. And so look, the joke was when I used to come out and speak at conferences when I was in the tech industry. I used to demand that I had Kickstart My Heart play when I came out to moderate panels or whatever I used to. And they used to keep putting "Welcome to the Jungle" saying that Kickstart My Heart. The intro would take so long that I'm on stage whiling to and it just wasn't that good. Yeah. So I got a little tired. I like some of their other songs. I do like their deep catalog cuts. I may have tried to buzz people's balls with the Chinese Democracy track I threw in there.
Oh yeah.
But I love Guns N' Roses. I'd like to see them. I want to see Guns N' Roses with. I've never seen them with Izzy Stradlin. I saw him on Illusions, and I never saw him with Stradlin. He was kind of bowed out halfway through Illusions.
Yeah, no, I think he recorded Illusions, and then by the time they were shooting videos, he was gone.
And Steven Adler I've never seen live. I'm a huge Matt Sorum fan. I'm a huge Cult fan.
Okay, so good that you're on that. Do you think, I mean, Steven Adler's been sober now for a reasonable amount of time. Do you think they will let Steven Adler get on stage at Coachella and play a couple songs to the band?
I have a feeling Steven Adler is going to be in the band. Whether or not I want to hear them. It'd be amazing if they announced they're going to do Appetite for Destruction straight through. Steven Adler has petitioned, begged. They would be the biggest dickheads in the world to not put him in. He makes so much money off of Appetite money that he doesn't even need to be paid for this. I mean, we're not talking like Bill Ward.
Are you sure he's not broke?
No, from everything I've heard, those guys still make $1 million a year from Appetite.
Good for him.
Each.
Good for you, Steven Adler.
You
get that money.
He said it in one of the rehab shows.
Right.
He gets $100,000 a month for Appetite. So I don't think he's struggling. I'm sorry, Steven, if I'm wrong, and I don't want. But I've heard the band's residuals are incredible for Appetite alone, which forever will be an album that everyone buys.
Yeah.
But I would love to see Steven Adler. I hear he's very good. I hear the Adler Band. He's in the Snake Pit or whatever he's got going is good. I think we're going to see him at that show. I think Izzy Stradlin's the one who is such an enigma. I think he's a bigger weirdo than Axl Rose.
Yeah.
Off the grid, disappeared, has not been seen in ages. I think that Izzy Stradlin, but he showed up to Guns N' Roses shows and performed with Axl.
Izzy
has. Whenever he's there, he has. He's performed 4 or 5 shows. He'll just show up and do his I'm playing guitar tonight. So he could just show up to Coachella and perform.
See, I'm pulling for Steven Adler too. I am pulling for Steven Adler. I'm hoping that they put him on stage at Coachella. Whether he does the tour or not, I think that it would be a nice thing for them to do. And for the fans, they would be super psyched to get pretty much the original lineup. I think Izzy is like the Pokemon that no one catches.
No one catches.
No one catches Izzy Stradlin. And if they do, that would be that would be monumental. I think the Hellmouth would actually open up if they were all on stage at the same time. All the skulls on the cross.
Now, if you knew the Hellmouth would open, would you go to that show?
Oh shit! Yeah, I would go to that show.
I actually hope I can try to go see him in Vegas. I'd rather see. I don't want to go to Coachella.
No, I'm
not going to Coachella. No. My days of Warped Tour and Lollapaloozas are over. I want nothing to do with that, but I think I would definitely go see them in Vegas.
So are you going to go to Punk Rock Bowling?
Punk Rock Bowling, I will probably go. I haven't bought a ticket yet. I don't know why, because I think I was going to see if anybody else did, and probably because it's not going to sell out.
Yeah, it's an outdoor festival.
I'm going to the Descendants night.
Okay.
I have no interest in going to the second. I saw Flag's great. I don't need to see them with a bunch of bands I don't want to see.
Yeah, because my move is, if I go to Punk Rock Bowling, I'm going to get a hotel down there, so I have a clean bathroom to shit in. And also, if I don't want to go to the show, I can just sit poolside and listen.
That sounds awesome. And too bad there's no tiki bars in Asbury Park.
I'm surprised.
I'm hoping Asbury Lanes is open by the time it's supposed to reopen in May.
Yeah.
If they could actually, because the thing about punk rock bowling is that there is bowling, like legit bowling leagues, like with real bands. You play. They need a bowling alley. That other lanes in Asbury Park, it's a little too far out of the way. The real one. So I think that they're holding out to see if the lanes is actually open up. It should be if they can get that hotel built up.
That'd be great.
Anyway, I am George, and this is
Hambone.
How can we find you, Hambone?
You can find me on Twitter at Hambreaker. I tweet like once a year, but I will start tweeting more now that we're doing this.
Periscope?
Periscope? I honestly don't know. Can I plug my podcast?
You can plug your podcast.
So I am currently a co-host on the I the Beer Holder podcast.
What do you do on I the Beer Holder? I've
well,
never actually heard it.
What we do is we get drunk and we talk about Dungeons and Dragons. We talk no topics off the table. We talk about rules. We talk about adventures. A lot of nostalgia. We have a lot of fun with it. So if you go to iTunes, I of the Beer Holder, you can't miss it. It's a bee holder with beers in his hand. And I'm the co-host, along with the hosts Sean Dillon and Stu Horvath. My other co-host is George Colazzo. And Doom, our producer, who is always suffering.
You can find me on cultofgeorge.com. You can find my photography work at glkcreative.com. I'm on Twitter at glkcreative. I'm on Periscope at cultofgeorge. I am on Instagram at glkcreative. Hit me up anywhere. Tell us what you want to see on the show. Tell us if this show sucks. Email me at info@glkcreative.com. Let us know what you want to see. Let me know what kind of changes you want. We want to do more of these. We want to hear from you guys.
It's fun.
We are thoroughly enjoying this, and we hope to see you again soon.
And from George and Hambone, aloha.
Can we stop smiling now?
I think so. You
How do we stop that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Go and turn it
Yeah,
off.
yeah,
I gotta get out.
post.
I'm kind of drunk right now.
I
just don't want to get up there.
Yeah.
I just don't want to. We got questions.
Oh no, we got some.
We got some metal. Oh, Mike Dolan's been watching us the whole time.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Yeah, you're right about that Mai Tai, man. That's good.
I think we should have Dolan on one day. We gotta see if we can get him over here. He doesn't drive though. He like.
And that's when we get our other sponsor, Uber.
Uber.